Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and we're back to 500. That was all of not even a 24-hour cycle before we're back now down to 500. We have straddled this line for dear life for a very long time. I believe the last time we were 2 games over 500 was like August 15th, thereabouts. It's been a long while since we've been decent. It's been a very weird year for the Astros. Yeah, starting with the starting pitching, Greinke went 4 2/3. He didn't look great. He gave up 3 runs, gave up 8 hits, which that is a big number. And if it weren't for the fact that he didn't only but give up 1 walk, that would have been catastrophic. Like if he gives up, say, 3 walks tonight, along with 8 hits, this is a catastrophic night, and it's probably way out of reach before the 5th. But again, 3 runs by the 5th, that's not terrible. He also had 5 strikeouts. Greinke had a couple, like he started off with a dud this season, like his first start of the year. And then he was great for, I want to say, like 5 starts, 6 starts, and then the past couple have just kind of went down again. It's been rough for the majority of our starting pitchers. Let me rephrase this. It's been tough for all the starting pitchers that have already pitched here. Like, for some reason, the veterans, Verlander, he went down with an injury, but even in his game, he wasn't lights out, but he was good. McCullers has been on and off, and Greinke has been on and off. But our rookies, our youngins, I sound like a 90-year-old man when I say it like that. Valdez, Javier, Urquidy, they've all rolled. Like, they've looked great, and I don't understand how our veteran pitchers are getting significantly, not just slightly, but significantly outplayed by the young kids, like the rookies that have come in and just been incredible. After he got pulled, Andre Scrub got in. Speaking of rookies that are upstart, if you have a Scrub drinking game, he achieved all 3 of his goals. No runs given up, a walk and a strikeout. I really don't have any words to describe what Andre Scrub is. His FIP continues to make me laugh every time I look at it because his ERA plus is still over 350, and his FIP, again, that's fielding independent pitching, which goes off of home runs, strikeouts, and walks. His actual ERA, I want to say, is at like 1.2, maybe 2.1. Might not even be 1.2. And his estimated is like 3.7. It's really comical. It really is. He was good tonight. I say good, like good for Scrub, because Scrub, he's always going to give up a walk. He's going to give up at least a base runner. But he's really good at inheriting base runners. He inherited, I believe, 2 runners from Greinke, and then just got out of the inning cleanly. Then he pitched another clean inning. Scrub has probably been our best pitcher in a vacuum. And again, I say in a vacuum because, like, it's hard to say that our best pitcher has been one that's pitched 50. He's pitched more than 50 innings. Say, I don't know, like 20 innings. It's kind of hard to argue that. But if you just look at his results, his ERA, he's been the best. And it's not particularly close when you look at ERA. After we pulled out Scrub, we brought in Blake Taylor. He had some trouble, but he got out of it okay. 1 walk, 1 hit, and a strikeout. An inning pitched as well. Again, he didn't look bad. He just didn't look quite Blake Taylor-like, if you can even say that he looked like Blake Taylor beforehand. It's kind of tough to say if these rookies are coming down to earth or having off days this season, since we have such a small sample size of them. Again, if this was at the end of a season during an actual 162-game schedule and not 60, it'd be easier to say, oh, Blake Taylor was good for the first 150 games of the season, and now is starting to stutter. That's very different, but when it's just 60, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to say he had a little bit of an off day because I think Blake Taylor is a very good pitcher, and I think he will continue to be that, hopefully heading into the playoffs. Then in the 8th, we brought in Cy Snead. And I'm a huge Astros fan, that is very obvious, but I kind of was like, oh wait, Cy Snead's still on our staff, really? We still have him here? And that's not an insult, because I say this every time I talk about Cy Snead. He seems like a super cool person, he seems like a super nice guy, and the beard is awesome. But he has not been great this season. Tonight, however, he was fine. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Nothing wrong with that. If he could do that on a normal basis, on a consistent basis, we would not talk about him in the way we talk about Cy Sneed. We wouldn't be saying Cy Sneed with a massive sigh before we then say his statistics. The offense was, I'm going to be honest, it was pitiful. We had so many missed opportunities, and it's kind of staggering. We could have tied the game. Springer, 1 out, bases loaded. He didn't have to get a base hit. He didn't have to get a double or a triple or a single or a home run. He didn't have to do that. He just had to make a productive out to the outfield and struck out. And then Altuve, I believe he just popped out, but still, if they would have been able to switch it, if Springer would have got that pop out and then Altuve struck out, we would have been tied at that point, and that 1 run could have helped at the end. Because we lost by 1. That could have potentially been a tie game, which really sucks. Another time, I don't want to say it was Altuve being bad, because to be fair, it was a very well-hit ball, and if that's anywhere else, at that point, it's then a 1-run game. But Altuve lined out to end an inning with runners at second and third. It was second and third. And that would have been really helpful to have scored. Even if we just scored one of those, again, that would have been helpful. Or if we do score both of them, then we take the lead in the 9th. Like, that was it was a hard hit ball by Altuve. Like, he smoked that ball, and it was just right to him. And that's sort of been Altuve's luck this season. He either, fouls one off and then gets a nasty pitch thrown in there for strike 2, so he's already down 0-2, or he basically just lines it out to a person who's right there and just happens to hit it on a line on a low launch angle right to an infielder. I love Altuve, and I really hope he can either bounce back in the postseason or next season have a great return to form year. Maybe get the batting average above 300 again, get the on-base around 350, 360 where he usually keeps it, hit another 20 home runs. I'm really hoping for that because, God, I love Altuve. And I'm sure you can tell that from my many Altuve artifacts, if you can call them that. The offense was a Josh Reddick RBI or 2 RBI single in the 9th, and that was it. It sucks. Altuve then struck out to end the game, and it just... I'm not only mentioning this because I noticed it a lot, and it was mostly for the Mariners, and I'm not blaming it on the umpire, but the strike zone was not great tonight, and, well, I'm a sports fan, and we all love to blame the umps for anything, so I'm going to take this opportunity to say the strike zone tonight was not good by the home plate umpire. That's all I have for tonight. Christian Javier gets the start tomorrow. The game is at 7:05 Central. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.